Rivet here. Glad you could join me and watch my very first YouTube video. This is the first time I've ever made one, first one I've ever put one together, first time I've ever posted. I appreciate you sitting through the music and the introductions, sort of playing around with what you can do to build a video nowadays. Anyway, this is an introduction to the Hacienda. Glad you can join me. I'll be featuring videos on cooking and gardening, two of my great hobbies that I love to do. Of course, I love to eat. And I'll be sharing information with you that I have. It's all personal opinion, personal experience. You watch the video, you decide if you like it. If you do, use it. I'm glad you will. If you don't, throw it away. Do what works for you. This video first is going to start with a little bit of my chili peppers, which I have growing right here. And I like using these little starter peat pods. They work very well for me, and here I have just a regular roasting tray. I put them in the tray because it'll hold enough water to keep them moist when I set them out in the sun. And it's just the right size for two trays, and I can move them in and out. The key to sprouting hot chili peppers from seeds, obviously, is to keep the soil warm. I still don't have a warming mat. I've been meaning to buy one for years, still haven't done it, so I rely on this. I keep it inside when it gets cool at night, and I turn the stove light on, and I just set it on top of the cold stove, and the warmth of the light bulb will keep the soil warm. Keep in mind that chili peppers will not sprout unless the soil is over 50 to 60 degrees. And some of them, like the butolokia and scorpion peppers, won't sprout unless the soil is over 70. And they are long sprouting seeds, meaning it takes forever. So I'm going to point out a couple that I have here. These are, this row here is the African devil pepper. I did not know that until recently, that apparently the African devil pepper is the same or pretty similar as the peri-peri pepper that's grown in Zambia or Malawi. I do have peri-peri peppers, which are in this row here, which were sent to me from Zambia. These are, the seeds are 2 years old versus these devil peppers that are this year's crop that I bought. You can see that these are doing much better. All were planted on the same day, and got a lot more seed generation sprouting than these, but they're the same pepper. Here on this row here I have some fish peppers. They're another heirloom pepper, very popular in the Chesapeake Bay region, Philadelphia, Baltimore. They kind of fell out of favor in the 50s. They were used to spice the seafood dishes, shellfish dishes that were made there, and they think that the pepper seeds came over from Africa, and they kind of well, changed. And this pepper is very nice because it changes from green to yellow to red, and the leaves are striped, green and white striped, and it's a very pretty ornamental plant. The fish pepper has a very good taste from what I understand, and is not very hot, maybe like a jalapeno, so it's not going to kill you. This row here is the Tunisian bakludi pepper. It's used to make harissa paste, which is a very good condiment. Flavors a lot of Mediterranean, southern Mediterranean dishes. I've made harissa paste, but I've never grown my own bakludi peppers. I made an awesome meatloaf with some harissa paste in it. It's not very hot, but it's got a very nice, smoky, deep, rich flavor, so it went very well with beef. This is a red mushroom pepper. I have only one sprout right here. Oh, I take that back. There's a second one right here, still coming out of its seed pod. Not sure if that one's sprouting or not. I don't want to mess with it. Those are last year's seeds, and they grow a pepper similar to a Trinidad scorpion, but instead of having a tail, it's rounded on the bottom, and it looks like an inverted mushroom, really. And it's not supposed to be very hot, medium hot, but it's supposed to be very tasty and unique looking, and so I like that. This row here is my butolokias. I have grown them before. I have one sprouting here. Now this tray has been, I put the seeds in 6 weeks ago. So you can see it's taken some time, and this one only sprouted 2 days ago. Buchalocias take over 30 days, and like every year that I grow them, I think, oh, the seeds are spoiled, but no, they eventually come up. This row here is Mirasol peppers, very nice, very hot. This here is the habaneros. Nothing has sprouted here. Again, this is a row of 2-year-old seeds that I found in the cupboard. Last 2 years I've grown from that seed packet. Very good results I had with all the plants. They might be a little old. And again, this row here is the peri-peri peppers. I grew these. I've been growing the peri-peris for about 2 years now, and let me tell you, they are the hottest pepper I have ever eaten. You put one in your mouth and bam! The heat is like a grenade. It's all heat, all the time, all at once. It's not like a Buchalokia where you eat it and the heat slowly creeps up and the warmth just envelops you. Oh no, it's hot. Anyway, so those are the little peppers. I'm also going to do something I've never done before, make compost tea. I've been all through the YouTube files, all over the internet, taught myself and everything that y'all out there have shared with me on how to make compost tea. And I'll be doing it in a separate video, doing it step by step. I have all the materials, everything ready to go, and I'll probably be making it this week, and I'll be posting the video sometime next week. But I did want to show you guys a couple things that I found through my research that is pretty important for a good, successful compost tea. One are worm castings. They are very hard to find. I did have to go to the next town over, and I got a 6-pound sack, Pachamama brand, earthworm castings for a little over $8. You can go online and you can order them anywhere from $25 for the same amount, but a different brand, to $7, $8 for the same amount, except that that outfit, I think it was out of Wisconsin, it was going to be $25 for shipping. So you can see that can get pretty expensive if you're going to buy something like this through the mail. But you know, if you don't have access to them, I would recommend you do, because that's, from what I understand, will give you the best results for tea. There's a couple universities out there that make compost tea. One was Harvard and one was Massachusetts University, I think, that both had compost tea videos out, and they used worm castings in there. Another one is bat guano. You can use seabird guano. Bat guano is just as good. This brand here, Dr. Earth, was recommended through my local garden center. Very good stuff. He's got a website, drearth.com, all one word. The good thing about this guano, it's very fine and powdered and concentrated, so you're not going to need a lot. This is a 1.5 pound box. But on the back, it shows you that it's been inoculated, the powder in here, with all these critical bacteria and rhizomes that you need to inoculate the earth, which are going to give you the benefits of the tea. This 1.5 pound box was $9.98. A little steep, but you don't really need that much. From what I figure, I'm going to need maybe a 1/4 cup, half cup at the most, for every 5 gallons of compost tea that I make. The last thing, other than the compost, of course, is fish meal. Same brand as this Dr. Earth here. It has a little bit different properties and chemicals, elements rather, that are important for the soil. And just like the bat guano, it too has been inoculated with a list of the beneficial microbes that you're going to need to really get the most out of your compost tea. Now this was $6.98. You can get fish meal or fish bone meal with Dr. Earth brand, both for $6.98, and the guano was $9.98. I'm sure you could buy them online. I just happen to support my local businesses. I believe in that. Plus, the garden center I go to is family owned. It's been around here for about 2-3 generations now. And they're good. They're good people. They have all kinds of information, and if I can buy it locally and not pay too much, I will. So there you go. So I'm glad you've shared this with me so far. I'm going to give you a little walk around, show you the areas that I'm going to be planting in later. I've already shot that video, and I'll flip it together and see how my editing skills are. In the meantime, again, thanks for visiting the Hacienda Rivet.
Mambo, Italiano, go,
so here's the main garden. As you can see, I went kind of crazy, and I ended up tilling up about a third of our backyard. Here, under the straw, we got 2 rows of garlic. We have a nice row of onions and 3 rows of potatoes. My wife put those potatoes from seed potatoes in 3 weeks ago, and they are just going to town. I was completely surprised. I thought it would take longer. I've never grown potatoes before, but they're very, very strong and happy plants. Anyway, here's what I really wanted to show you. I decided to quit messing around and fighting the henbit and the crabgrass and stuff. So we got a rototiller and tilled up the lawn. From here, the right-hand edge, all the way down to the end is 50 feet. So you get a good idea of how big this area is. And down there by the rose bush, the entire width is 15 feet. So we got quite a bit of tilled area here. My wife roped off 3 feet here, and on the front 3-foot square she planted some lettuce, red leaf lettuce, and then the rest of the 2/3 is collards, which some are sprouting, some aren't. They're not, I don't know, I've never grown collards before, although I love them, I eat them all the time. I'm not quite sure that they're coming up as good as they should be. But anyway, what we're going to do is between the rose bush and that sapling there is where I'm going to put my tomatoes, and then in the other 2/3 we're going to have cucumbers and purple bush beans. Now, it's still early, so you can see there's still a bit of shade there, but this area gets sun all day long, and it looks like it's going to be really good. Plus, I don't have to mow it anymore, don't have to mess with it. Now, over here, there's a horse barn. All the way from the end of that tilled part here is 50 feet. And that's where I'm going to plant okra. Yeah, it's a lot of okra, but I could eat okra every day, and I'm going to be pickling it and putting it up. But down there, towards the second half, the far half, nothing ever grew. It gets sun all through the day, super hot, the soil turns to concrete, so it's going to be just right for okra. So I'm going to plant those from seed, and in about another 3 weeks I'll be putting them in. So stay posted. I'm going to be using compost tea on everything here that I'm planting this year. First time for using compost tea, so we'll have to see how it goes, and I will be posting more videos. And again, thanks for visiting the Hacienda Rivet, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.